All right, Veronica. Well, it's a pleasure seeing you, and you do look a lot different from the characters you play on TV. I gotta say that.
Thank you. Am I more animated or less than the animated characters I play?
Is it weird that people come up to you and they're like, "Wait, you're a girl, and but Ash is a boy"?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Is there a bit of confusion there? People are like,
there is some. Many people have said, I just found out that Ash was played by a girl, and luckily they didn't run away screaming. But thankfully, many people didn't know, and I feel it's quite fortunate that I don't sound like Ash all the time. Although with this cold, I don't know, it's a little bit bad,
Still nailed it.
Some would say no. But close, very close.
Your daughter is here. We just met her a few minutes ago. Now, she was growing up. Did you ever kind of do the voices for her? Or maybe she's like, hey, like Mom, like call my friends and do this or do that.
We don't do that so much, but interestingly enough, I was pregnant with her the whole first season, and so I joke that when she was born, she knew Ash's voice just as well as her parents. Because she heard Ash her whole life in utero. Weird, right? Too much information. Anyway.
So how does she see Pokemon then? Like seeing that character's picture, like it's a lot of places, like even here in Regina, it's everywhere. That's Mom. Like, is it? That's pretty cool.
It's interesting. Most of the time, I think whatever your parents do is not as interesting as what other people's parents do. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of taken it for granted. She's always been around the studio with me. She comes to all conventions with me. So it's kind of, I don't know, just part of our life. And she does voices on things too, so she's from an acting family, so that's kind of, I don't know, I don't think she thinks about it much.
It'd be cool if she did like Pikachu, because then it would be like really like, it'd be like a real life.
She's my tiny Pikachu in a way, but
she's
taller than I am now. Yeah. But I had dreams of her eventually being Ash when I was too old and decrepit to do it, but then we all were replaced after the 8th season, so my dreams were dashed. But now, she and I will go on to create something on our own, I guess.
That's pretty cool.
We'll see what that will be.
Or maybe she'll just evolve into something different altogether.
Into an artist.
You recognize her tomorrow. Like,
That's right.
You evolved.
She has evolved, actually. I can say she's one of the most amazing people I know.
Wow.
But don't let her know that.
Is there anybody, so she kind of gets to tag along with you then through to things like this. Is there anybody that she's, gets to meet that's kind of like, is she into this kind of, this genre of things too?
Yeah, definitely comic books, Archie. Very big.
Very cool.
And it's an amazing thing to travel around and meet. I mean, I've been an actor my whole life, but to meet people who love what they do, actors, artists, the comic book artists that we meet, the writers, all of that, to be in that community all the time is extraordinary. And it's very inspiring. So everyone that we meet, the fans that we meet, the artists we meet, everybody, it makes a difference in our lives. Mm-hmm. So, you may come to something and not know ahead of time what's going to inspire you. But then there are, of course, some TV shows that we watch and we, want to meet those people too, just like everybody. And that's what makes a convention so great. That here we are all mixing our memories, the things we love, TV or books, and then we can all talk about it. And there's so many fans of all of that, regardless of what side of the table, in a sense, you're on.
And it's very crazy that a teenage daughter that actually wants to hang out with Mom.
I know, I'm so lucky. I'm
isn't
so
that
lucky.
Something?
Yeah, and I couldn't
Mom.
choose a better person to hang out with either. So we have the greatest time. We are kind of like, I hate to say it, but we're kind of like Ash and Pikachu in that way. We're always on our adventure. And, we come to a great town. Regina is so interesting. The architecture is wonderful. Try to get out a little early in the morning to go scout the town and kind of find out where we are, and then we take off again and fly somewhere else. So, and then do a lot of homework in between.
Wow.
So,
and you're always busy, too. Like you said, you're working on some new things all the time.
Yeah, I'm working on some cartoons. We live in New York right now, and I'm doing some cartoons, audiobooks, some commercials. Things are very busy right now, and then we have a big convention schedule, luckily. So it's been we're in a whirlwind of activity. And, everyone who's a freelancer, that's what happens. There's a huge ebb and flow. You don't know when things are going to come or when they're not going to come, so you just work and work while you can.
So you said you were an actor for a while throughout your career.
I've always been an actor, yeah. I was in my first play when I was 5, and that's when I decided I wanted to be an actor. Maybe it was unwise, I don't know. But and then I've always been in plays. I went to college and grad school for acting. and I live in New York, and that's what I do.
Now, I know I've talked to other voice actors before, and they really like just everything about voice acting. Is it's great. You kind of the schedule's kind of flexible. You kind of go in, you do the lines. So do you kind of prefer the lifestyle of a voice actor, versus the actual on screen or on stage acting?
Well, schedule-wise, yeah. I mean, there's
you like the clothing. You wear sweatpants. So,
you kind of have to in a way, because when you move in the booth, all your clothes make noise. So you have to wear something.
Your first day, you show up in a windsuit. You're like,
no,
this is not going to work, Veronica.
I have heard some people, when their shirt has been too loud, they have to take their shirt off to record or something like that. So luckily, I've always been dressed appropriately.
Is that how you caught the cold? Let's be honest.
Could you imagine? Well, this week I was recording naked because I had nothing else to wear. No. I just got a cold because I was working too much. I'm going on laundry day. You can dress down. You don't have to do your hair in the morning, but you kind of still have to be. You have to be able to be out in public, so you do have to shower. Which of course is one of those things. I like to conserve water, so I hate showering, but you do have to because you are around other people. But there is something great when you're in a play, you're rehearsing for a long period of time. With doing something like an audiobook or cartoons, you have to prep an audiobook, so you have about a day or so to read the book. With a cartoon, you just go in and work. So you're always working. There's no kind of rehearsing and working through it, and you don't have time. You make split-second decisions, and you have to go with that. So do I prefer it? I like both. I love to be in a show. I'd love to be in a movie, but this way I can say I can only work till 5 today. I can work till 10 today. You can change things. And
I think to be able to have a normal life a little bit too, because you go out on the street and most people won't go like, oh look,
nobody knows who I am.
Ash, or there's that guy from the Ninja Turtles, or all the voice actors. You can kind of when you're done, you can be yourself and live a life. Yeah,
that's right. And so that's the thing. I go on field trips with my daughter. I do things like that, and so her friends know about cartoons that I do, but it's I'm always around, so they don't really care that much. So it is kind of nice, but it doesn't help when we do go out, especially at conventions. It does help if you're on TV to get a table at a restaurant. So that's what I'm working on now. Maybe I should get a big shirt that says, I'm Ash Ketchum, something like, hey. I don't know, but no, it's fine.
Cool.
It's fine. It's very great. There are definite perks. And being able to work at a job that I absolutely adore, all the jobs I work on, that's the most amazing thing. Getting recognized is not that important.
It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Oh, thank you.
I watched the show myself, so it's kind of cool to put a face to the voice too. So best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the next event, I guess. Hopefully you come back.
Yeah.
Saskatoon is getting one in the fall. So
call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, email me. I'll come.